Hello friends. There are only two engines in the line of power units, a 4-liter V6, 210 horsepower, and a 4.6-liter V8, 296 horsepower. Both are petrol aspirated. Versions with the V6 are noisier because in order to drive such a heavy car, you have to constantly spin the engine. However, none of the motors is impressive with its acceleration. The engines have a chain-type timing drive, which often fails 4-liter units after 200 to 250,000 kilometers. Most often, tensioners are destroyed and plastic fragments are found in the crankcase. The chains are located in the front and in the rear, so the motor has to be removed to replace them. It is better to install only the original, as it is guaranteed to last more than 200,000 kilometers, unlike analogs that are rented after 50,000 kilometers. The 4.6-liter engine after 300,000 kilometers sometimes needs to replace worn camshafts. The reason for the lack of lubrication is the result of the wear of the phase shifters and solenoids. Churring appears. With timely replacement of this, problems with the camshafts do not arise. Almost all owners of cars with the V8 have gone through the replacement of exhaust manifold studs. They stretch and burst after 150 to 200,000 kilometers. In this case, in the first minutes after starting a cold engine, a characteristic hooking sound appears or resembles a creak, rattle, or knock. The cost of repairing the defect depends on the location of the broken studs. Some of them cannot be removed without removing the engine. The radiator can leak after 150 to 200,000 kilometers. By this time, the thermostat in 4-liter engines also surrenders. A little later, you have to change the fuel pump. And after 180 to 220,000 kilometers, the crankshaft pulley of the V-shaped 6s is destroyed. Often, electrical wiring also fails. The insulation dries up or the core rots inside. As a result, errors occur and the performance of various systems is disrupted. Most often, the problem affects the MAF sensor, lambda probes, throttle, gearbox, transfer case, and fan clutch. It is worth noting that the clutch often fails due to the destruction of bearings. The 4-liter version was equipped with a 5-speed automatic transmission, and the 4.6-liter units were combined with a 6-speed automatic transmission. The 6-band automatic works more smoothly and responds faster to pressing the gas pedal. The 5-speed automatic Ford/Mazda 5R55E/S often has to be repaired after 180 to 200,000 kilometers. The block of solenoids fails, the reverse tape is destroyed, the modulating valves, torque converter, pump bushings, brake band, and packages wear out. Sometimes even cracks are found in the automatic transmission case, on the walls of the grid of hydraulic channels. The 6-speed automatic Ford 6R is based on the German box ZF6HP26. The American version is distinguished by a valve body and solenoids of its own design. Until 2008, the 6R60 modification was used, and since 2009, the 6R80. The machine is pretty durable. With regular oil changes and gentle operating conditions, the automatic transmission confidently overcomes the milestone of 250,000 kilometers. Shaking complaints are common and can usually be fixed with a software update. When contacting the service, you have to change the bushings, drum, torque converter, clutches, solenoid, or valve body assembly. The basic modifications of the Ford Explorer 4 for the US market were rear-wheel drive. The front axle is connected automatically when the rear wheels slip. In addition, a permanent all-wheel drive mode is provided, and it is possible to use a lowering row. Front and rear axle seals can leak after 150 to 200,000 kilometers. With frequent off-road trips after 180 to 200,000 kilometers, chain stretching in the transfer case and wear of the sprockets occur. After a while, the CV joint of the front propeller shaft fails. Analogs have a very low resource. After 200,000 kilometers, the drive shaft crosses may also require replacement. The the upper ball joint wears out at a distance of 120 to 180,000 kilometers. The bottom support tends to last longer. Silent blocks of levers nurse up to 150 to 200,000 kilometers. A similar resource for shock absorbers and wheel bearings. The front bearings are changed as an assembly with the hub, and the rear bearings are changed separately. However, they will last just as long. The resource of analogs rarely exceeds 20 to 60,000 kilometers. The body iron is not prone to corrosion. However, on the oldest copies, bugs appear at the bottom of the doors and in the area of the rear wheel arches. It is worth noting that the fenders and hood are made of aluminum. When searching for an Explorer, you should pay attention to the number stamped on the frame, located in the area of the right front door. If it is not protected, then most likely the rust has already begun to attack it. Over time, the glazing of the rear lights melts. Moreover, the disease affects only the European version. The optics of American cars feel great. After 150 to 200,000 kilometers, the rear wiper drive mechanism turns sour. It is enough to disassemble, clean, and lubricate. After 100 to 150,000 kilometers, the backlight of the instrument panel burns out. If the backlight of the radio burns out, then the repair will be more difficult. It is necessary to solder the resistors on the board. In the region of 100 to 200,000 kilometers, the heater T often begins to leak. The plastic case cracks. After 6 to 10 years, the pipes of the rear circuit of the air conditioning system are almost guaranteed to rot. Many simply jam the rear circuit. With age, the actuator and gears of the air conditioning damper drive wear out. After 150 to 200,000 kilometers, the generator may require attention. Brushes, slip rings, bearings, or the diode bridge wear out. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.